most companies, climate change is absolutely on the agenda. Pressure for that is coming not just from environmental activists, but also from governments, from customers who are demanding more from their companies.
The Climate Active approach is our holistic investment solution for clients concerned about climate change. What we try to do is combine ensuring that we meet their investment objectives with also their desire to do whatever we can to support the Paris Climate Accord. So the three core components of that, one is that we're building resilient portfolios that take into account climate risk. The second is that we are a proactive engager, both with companies and policymakers to drive change. And thirdly, our commitment to transparent reporting around all that we're doing on the engagement side, but obviously also on our investments.
Climate change is an issue for shareholders, because shareholders are people and will suffer climate change. If you're a charity, you will have principles, things that you're trying to do that will be damaged if we don't have a planet that we can survive upon. But it matters for shareholders as well, because shareholders are really influential in this debate. If our big companies don't buy into the changes that are needed for a sustainable planet, then we've got a big problem.
The target under the Paris Accord is to go well below 2 degrees, aiming at 1.5, and many people have said that it's not realistic. Now, there's no doubt that it's challenging, for sure, but it's not geophysically impossible, but we're going to need to really change the rate of progress, the rate of ambition to get to that kind of target.
The last 5 decades that we've actually measured rather well have shown the highest level of temperatures across the planet than have ever been observed, and they're increasing each decade. What we have got to do is to see to a significant reduction in the use of carbon. Now, a simple way of doing that is to actually just say no fossil fuels, and that in a sense would solve some problems, but there are many other problems. Saracen is to try to look at companies that are not just simply not using fossil fuels anymore, but have a plan to do so. And indeed, it's arguable that one could say one investment practice is just to simply divest from companies like oil and gas. That, I don't think, is the sensible answer. I think one can do something that is significantly more sophisticated, and that's what I think this plan is.
Where I think we are unique, it's this more holistic, fiduciary-oriented approach where we're combining a number of different tools and in particular emphasizing the importance of activism, of engagement, alongside divesting where it makes sense to do that.
I hope in 20 years' time that what it is that they're doing today will be what everybody is doing, but this is one of the vanguard funds trying to think about how it is that we do this properly.
If we don't have the shifts in the financial community and the investor community of the sort that Saracen are engaging in today, we're simply not going to be able to transition at the pace and the scale that is necessary to limit the worst impacts of climate change. So this is not only prudent from an individual investor point of view, it's actually necessary from a societal and an economic point of view.